All right. It is time for UFC Pinoche at the Sphere. We made
Oh,
it.
we made it, man. But before that, we must break down last week.
Yeah, the recap wasn't super exciting, but let's go through it here. I believe you went 2-2 here at plus zero point 0.5 units, so positive. You had Yanel plus 100. And then you had the parlay of Petrosky, Jacqueline Amorim, Santos, and then Costa fight got canceled, so we had to take that one out. So it became a 3-legger at plus 150. So you got that one too. And then the two you got wrong was plus money on Jessica Andrade, who was in the battle but got pieced up the whole time.
Yeah, that was a good fight, but the Silva showed that hey, she's there. The speed and yup.
And she had a little chin too, because Andrade did catch her a few times for
Yeah,
sure.
facts.
Burns plus 155. He just got grapple fucked, and we.
Nah, I mean he was getting pieced up too. Shit.
Too.
Yeah, it was looking like might be done. I thought he was gonna retire after the fight because he started taking his gloves off. But
yeah,
man, 4 in a row. This fight he finally looked like it wasn't even close. Right, the last fights at least he's been getting finished in like the last minute or something like that. But this one, he just got dominated all 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm. He lasted and he was durable, but yeah, dominated 5 rounds. So yeah, same thing for me. I missed the Andrade, and the other one I missed because I went 2 for 2 at plus 0 units. I went broke even. But Andrade and Dos Santos at plus money is the one I missed. And then the ones I got was Burns over 3.5 rounds at minus 185. And then I had a 3-legger, Santos, Amorim, and Costa, but Costa's out, so it became a 2-legger at minus 115. So yeah, I mean, move forward then. Nothing to no hate there. We didn't lose, so we're here to the Sphere. We bought back the guests that we haven't had on here in a while. So
300, right?
Killer MMA, yeah, last one was 300.
It's been a while, but hey, I'm here today. I'm excited, and just so we're all in the same. I went 6-6 on the last card, so you know me, I'm a degenerate. I bet on every fight. I went 6-6, so I was
with a lot of plus money a lot of times.
Sometimes you never get lucky. I did bet on whatever girl's name, the plus 800 underdog last week. I bet on her KO prop plus 7,500.
Oh, from Contender Series?
Contender Series. Every now and then you get lucky.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. There's definitely crazy upsets. That was the craziest one on Contender Series, though. But, yeah, get into this card, man. Me and Nestro over here about to be there live. We locked it in. We will be there.
We running it back, man. 2 years in a row. Last year to this year. Complete different from last year. Last year, it was like a chill card. The chill thing they were doing. They're like, hey, we're gonna do this as a fight night. Charge tickets were like $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now this stuff, because the dang Riyadh season, guys have to come and pay for this. But yeah, we locked it in. Should be exciting. It's a pay-per-view now. A lot of people are kind of disappointed, but now Dana White's been saying yo, the card may be mid, but he's not saying that. But it's all about the ball. It's all about the sphere, the dome. This is what you're coming to go pay for and watch. So
the experience.
I know
the rarity.
I'm damn near gonna have to. I'm damn near debating about taking some mushrooms or something, being there tripping, but like, for
looking
real,
like Hillary Clinton just.
Yeah.
Straight up, bro.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna get murked. Oh no.
Nah,
but Joe Biden in that bitch.
But yeah, this is what UFC
just
for real though. That's gonna be crazy. Like Dana White's been pumping it up. He's been hyping it up. He dropped the premise about it, saying it's a love letter to Mexico. He kind of talked it already before, but now he's been on the press tour everywhere, and it's been hammering. Price has been going back up. Yeah, he's saying it's gonna be like a movie for Mexico between each fight. So that means I wonder if during the fight is they gonna how are they gonna have the guys up there showing it? Because you can't just be watching the cage in there. It's no way. Especially we're up there too. So it's gonna be
Have you been watching the Embeddeds?
No, I haven't.
Not yet.
It was the countdown show. On the countdown, it was either the countdown or the first episode Embedded. They brought the the showcase fighters, the top 3 fights. So I'm assuming they did it a little version, but they are mapping them on a blue screen, and they're gonna have them walk out. It looks like the way they're setting it up is like on each side of the octagon or sphere, you'll see 2 fighters walk out, and then they're gonna like do something on the big screen. They're gonna utilize that entire screen.
But I'm talking about like during the fights, like because you know what I'm
Oh.
saying, you can't just stare into the cage from where we're at. We're like in the 400 section too.
Yeah.
So
I
you
wonder
know,
if it's
we're
gonna
up
be
there.
like hell, like the Matrix, like hell.
Exactly. Just if it's gonna be like hell or it's gonna be like giant or it's gonna be like I don't know, because like yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Or
Like
it's gonna
I
be
said,
nothing. That would just be crazy.
it's just a dark screen.
Yeah, it's just or just like it's just a pattern, like the Noche pattern or something, and it's just not.
Dude.
It's just like you're gonna have to look down there.
I wonder if they brought anybody in or they got in the cage themselves to be like, is this gonna be super distracting for the fighters trying to? I mean, maybe not, but that's gonna be
I don't
weird
think
for
they
them
give a
too.
fuck.
Like,
They're like, we're making money.
Well,
I don't give a fuck
true.
what the fighters think.
well, and if they're slipping, they're gonna get caught. So yeah, they're probably.
Yeah,
But
I
man,
wonder. Like, it's gonna be very interesting, man. It's gonna be crazy. Allegedly, once in a lifetime thing. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna redo the sphere. Allegedly. Yeah, man. And I cap it off. 2024. I did UFC 300, and now the sphere. It's a pretty good year.
Yeah, dude. One of the fighters is gonna get knocked out and then wake up and just open his eyes to the sphere, to the screen.
of his
like,
own
damn.
face, of his face waking up to look at himself, like, oh damn.
He's gonna be like in
Yeah.
Iceland. It's gonna be like Iceland in the. Or it's gonna be like Mexico, like fucking.
Yeah,
Guanajuato.
Dana White did say it was he's doing like a movie style like story, and it's each chapter is each fight, and
Mhm.
there's gonna be a movie played, like parts of a movie, and it's basically gonna tell the story through the timeline of Mexican combat sports with the play, like the fighters being characters of the movie.
Yeah,
And they're gonna do it every fight.
He even said he got like Canelo in there. I think De La Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez. Yeah, and De La Hoya is actually
A
going to
lot
be
of
there.
boxing.
Yeah, he said that he's not going to the Canelo fight. He's going to the Sphere. Cole, we're going
Damn.
to be on that chowder.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's even gonna be in the overdose alert.
I wonder if him and Dana White are going to like, you know, take a picture or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
It's going to
But
be
yeah,
crazy,
man,
bro.
let's get into this shit, man. I am juiced. Let's see. Here we go. Who fucking with these layouts, man? Damn. Hopefully y'all can see this. But yeah, we start from the bottom.
Noche merch too.
Get the
Hook it
Noche
up.
right here.
Hook it up while you're out there.
Nah, we're going to buy it to sell that thing.
All right, well, buy it.
Exclusive
Buy it and get it
joints.
for me. I'll buy it.
Hey, first up, man, we got your boys, Chiwiwi. Yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. against Aori Quilang from China here, the
Richie
Mongolian
Lang.
murder. Yeah,
No,
Richie
Richie
Lang.
Lang. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were kind of disappointed in this fight that they should have gave someone like, you know, who could like grapple with Chiwiwis again. But yeah, I think what's there to say? I think Chiwiwi is just gonna take him down and sub him.
Yeah,
Yep.
the line's huge. It's minus 700 on Chiwiwi's side there. And this dude right here, 25 and 11, he's 31, but he might look, this might be one of the old looking Asians. You know how Asians usually look a little younger? This motherfucker looks like he's 40 something and he's 31. That's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's fought in a lot more competition, but he's obviously a big underdog for a reason. I mean, we're not spending too much time on this, but his last fight, Daniel Marcos, was a no contest to a groin strike. But he's pretty much a power puncher, and he's not going to out grapple the young blood, and I don't think he could out cardio the young blood either. So yeah, I mean, Chiwiwis, but minus 700 on this 20-year-old kid might be gross. The submission is minus 155.
That's cool. That's might as well try to get that in now because they always making Chiwiwis big ass favors, bro. Except like, but I mean, he did look good and he looked better in his last fight. So like, you know, he got his technique that he does and he utilizes it very well. Because I thought what's his name was gonna give him problems. The fucking the dude from the Ultimate Fighter, Ricky Torcios. I thought he was gonna give him problems, but he took him out easy. So
yeah. And what was the line on that? That fight was, he was minus 225, so he wasn't as big a favorite. But like against Terrence Mitchell, if y'all remember, that's that black dude from Alaska FC. And he was a minus 750 at that time, minus 800. So about the same price as today. So it's like they're taxing you for sure because Richie Lang is better than Terrence Mitchell in my opinion. So it's like they're taxing you, but it's also Mexican night. So I feel like a lot of these Mexican fighters get a Mexican tax for that night. You know, home crowd favorite. You know, that type of vibe going on.
Yep.
So you know they know who's coming into town, who's wanting to bet a lot of the Mexican fighters. You know, just they could cheer them. And I think it's the revenge because last year, remember, which event was it where the Mexicans were down bad that we were at?
That was the UFC International Fight Week with Yair versus Volk.
Oh,
yeah. How tall does it say Rosa is?
Oh yeah. Where the Mexicans are down bad, yeah. Rosa he's 5'9".
Yeah, no, that's bullshit because I saw him at the A1 fight. That's the biggest 135-pound kid I've ever seen in my life.
Could have grown, bro. Remember, he's still only 19.
He was like towering, like he had like his back. He was like this big dude.
Just getting old too. You shrinking.
Oh yeah, just walking by him and looking at him because he had a crowd around him, and I was like, "What's he sitting on?" And he wasn't sitting on anything. He was just like hella tall. I was like, "Oh shit!" And
get off his nuts, bro. Get off his nuts, bro. Get off the chihuahuas.
First round submission, chihuahuas. it's
we're on the next fight. Fucking.
I didn't get my pick in.
No,
he didn't get his pick in. He might pull a crazy
you're making
underdog.
You're making props like that. That's what to the end and make your bet. Come on, bro.
Oh, well, I'm just letting you know, chihuahuas.
Suggestion. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. First round. You suggest first round is what you're saying. What is that?
Sure.
First round submission is
plus 1,000.
Plus 175. Damn, that's tough.
I wonder what is
plus 175.
Is the over under out yet?
Tough.
Is that 1.5 or is it 2.5? It's probably 1.5, right?
1.5 with the under at minus 140.
That's a good fight though to start it off. So that's solid. Wasn't he on 300? No, he wasn't.
I don't feel like he hasn't fought in a while. So. They needed people to come early to this card.
Oh yeah, you got to come in the beginning, bro. If you're paying for this ticket, first of all right, and you pay 8x the fucking price of last year's.
We might have to get there at like 12 o'clock, bro. You feel me? Fucking.
Yeah, I'm just there as early as possible.
We might have to go pull a little Tommy Tooney with you and go wait in the line and try to meet some dudes in those little events they're having at the fucking parking lot.
Excuse me, sir. The event's been over. You got to go. I'm just getting every minute of this seat.
Yeah, because I think they're having. I think they're having like Gaethje's gonna be there. Moreno. I think Cheeto. They're doing like signings. And Michael Chandler, I think.
Yeah.
The big guys.
You're a dumbass.
I have a homie. We have a homie coming too, my boy Jason, and that fool's also got a foot injury. So, but he's still pushing through. He's pushing through. He's out and about. You know,
oh man,
he's going to all the sporting events.
Hey, shout out Christian McCaffrey. Just find out we got the same injury. I know what you're going through, dog. Achilles tendonitis. I see why you pulled out yourself. Yeah, man. Shit's a bitch.
And next week.
I was MVP though in Vegas. Like I was in Vegas out there for the Future concert. I was doing it, moving.
Especially with the PEDs. Next up, man, we got this Edgar Charez against Joshua Van, the young prospect here. Charez was supposed to fight Kevin Borjas, but Borjas had to pull out, so Joshua Van slightly like short notice, essentially. But yeah, man, this is an interesting fight. Joshua Van is a favorite here at minus 225.
Damn, why are they doing that? But I gotta go with I gotta go with my boy Van. He got finished late in that last fight with Charles Energy, you know what I'm saying? But he was winning that fight, in my opinion. Edgar Charez, good, like, you know, scrappy fighter. His last fight was against a rematch after that weird where the choking happened where he thought he went out but didn't go out. Then he finished him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just got to go with the short king. He got to get revenge.
Yep. I agree. I think his boxing is better than Edgar's. And I think I think we see wrestling. I think he'll probably try and grapple a little bit more in this fight. So I like Edgar too, and he's the Mexican. It's hard to root against some of these Mexicans, but in this case, I think Van's out for revenge. I don't usually like, by the way, fighters after they get like TKO'd or knocked out, like come short turnaround like this, but Alex Pieta kind of turned that around for me, in my opinion. So, yeah. Let's
And
go
also,
Van.
the thing about Chirez, he is like kind of long, so pause. I feel like that may be for his he might be able to grapple with him and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, who you got, Davey?
Yeah, man, this is a tough. I mean, obviously, I think Van is more skilled, better striker, and obviously younger. Everyone was talking about his chin, but he did get knocked out by Charles Energy, which is interesting because I don't feel like he's a power puncher. But Chirez is also durable in a sense, right? His last fight he was just getting submitted, but he wasn't essentially getting knocked out like that. He's actually never been knocked out. So the under over is 2.5. So it is tough though because both these guys can pack a punch. I obviously picked Van to win, and I'm going to be cheering for him as well. But I don't like that price tag. When I saw that, I'm like minus 225, bro. On the person taking the short notice fight. So no bet for me. But I pick Van for the sake of who I think wins. Next up here, moving forward, we got a chick fight, first horny fight. We got Yasmin Yaragui against Caitlin Souza. A huge favorite, about minus 550 or so.
That's pretty good because they be having her hella juice.
But last fight she beat Sam Hughes by decision, and you got Denise Gomes was that upset that night, but it's really one of those one punch situations that freak anything could happen. One of those things. It wasn't. I think skill wasn't in play there. But you got Caitlin Souza here. She got 14-4. She definitely looks a little more masculine than this picture now, but she's another young prospect. But I think the competition she did beat is Mardik Man, which is Hype Killer's one of Hype Killer's prospects. And then you got Karine Silva is a good person, but she got finished by her right away too. So I mean, odds are pretty insane. But Yaragui, obviously, I mean, huge favorite. I'm taking her. I just think way better striker. And more durable than what she showed when she got knocked out. Who do y'all like?
Yeah, I gotta go with Yaragui. She's a big prospect. Yaragui, Yasmin off top, big prospect. Yeah, that's a lot. Yep. At least she's minus 500. At least that's better than before. And like we seen her get upset when she got cracked. That was a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
That blew the parlay right away.
She's even minus 450 in some spots right now.
What card was that on? What card was that on? Was that
the same one as the Vulcan Yair?
Where all the Mexicans were. She was the following fight. Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, it was a bad night.
Yeah. I had Denise Gomes that night, so that was one of the big ones. There's a few T-Mobile ones I remember. That one, and obviously DDP against Whitaker was another plus 300.
That was the same night. Like yeah.
Oh, no wonder I remember those two. I was like, oh shit, multiple plus 300s.
That was a good ass card.
Mm-hmm. Next up, man, we got. Oh, this is a banger here, man. A nice close odds. Manuel Torres. About minus 120 here. He was the about underdog when he opened up, and Ignacio Bahamondes. So damn near a pick'em's fight. Kind of flip flop around. Good matchup here, man. Who do y'all like, or who wants to go down? Let's go Nesto, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chilean Ignacio Bahamondes. He's like he's tall as hell too, right? For the weight class.
Yeah, hell, he's a very lanky fighter. He is 6'3".
And they fighting at what, 155?
6'3" is huge.
6'3" is huge at 155.
155.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him.
Hell yeah! But you got they kind of match him up with the same dude too.
Okay, what's his name? Torres.
Oh, go ahead.
No, what's his name? Manuel
look
Torres?
at this. He's not as tall, I think, but close. 5'10". Yeah, Manuel Torres. This guy.
Okay. And
that's so big.
Yeah, for 155. Who's his last fight against? Oh, he's 3-0 in the UFC too.
Chris Duncan. Yeah, he finished Chris Duncan, Nicholas Mota, Frank Camacho.
Hey, it's gonna be a good fight. Damn, this is gonna be a close fight for sure. But I think I'm gonna go with the Chilean. Who you guys got?
Yeah, Ignacio.
That's a big
This is one
hype.
of the ones I gotta pick against the Mexicans. He's been a beast, and I don't know. This is a really good fight, though. I think the odds too are pretty fair. It is like almost a pick'ems. So I don't know. I just have a feeling that this one's gonna go to Ignacio, and rightfully so. I don't really know. It's not based off. This one's more of just a feeling. Like I can go into like styles and everything like that in some of the past fights. I think the competition that one of them's fought's a little bit better. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is gonna be a good fight. If Torres wins, it won't surprise me. He's a great fighter as well. And it could be because they just be all the Mexicans this night could be just like super juiced on it being Noche. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a close one for sure. Obviously, Bahamondes got the reach, but I think these are both like perfect matchups for each other. But for me, I'm leaning right now, and for this pick, I'm gonna go Manuel Torres. I just think he packs the harder punch here. But you got Bahamondes who's real durable, essentially, because I've seen him take some shots and he didn't go down at all. So that's one thing. But I think both these guys are gonna have the Latino fighting spirit. So they're going to be definitely going at it, and I think it's going to be bloody, bro. I think it's going to be bloody. So I'll go Manuel Torres to shake things up as well. Next up, what do we got here? There's only 10 fights on this card, huh? So hopefully no fights fall off. But we got the real horny fight, Irene Aldana against Norma.
The pick of the week.
Hey. But yeah, you got the Mexican fighter here, 36 years old. She's a slight favorite, I believe, at minus 130. I'll see what the line is now on Bet Online. It's a pick'em right now on Bet Online. So yeah, and you got Dumont here. Everyone knows her for her rump, bump. 11.
She got her last fight.
She's
she was
on a
in
little
like
streak, but
no, her last fight she was in good ass shape, and she scraped who was it, Jermaine Durandame. She won it easy. But that's also Jermaine who hadn't fought in a while. This interesting.
Just had
fight.
a baby.
Yeah, like I forgot Irene Aldana. Yeah, who the cops coming after over there?
Yeah, you got the feds
coming
after you.
Yeah,
we're playing some Dana White.
But yeah, Irene Aldana. I feel like she's the better fighter, but I feel like Dumont has the more like speed and like strength. Like she's gonna be pressing the fight, and then Aldana be kind of sketch here and there, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pick this fight. And then near Dumont's underdog, right?
Yeah, slight.
Now it's at minus 110 both ways.
Oh damn! Last time I seen it, she was like plus one something. Yeah, this is a hard fight. It's hard to pick. I think it was like a coin flip on here.
Yeah, that's why it's pick'ems. That's the coin flip for real. Yeah, man, this definitely is a tough fight. As far as like the resume, obviously Irene Aldana was a contender, so she fought the better competition. I think obviously she's going to be taller, but she's continuing to get older. In her last few fights, she didn't look as good. The last couple, she's been kind of declining each time, looking slower. Whereas Dumont also, even though Dumont doesn't knock people out, I think she has a well-rounded game. She's not a better striker than Aldana, but she definitely could grapple better. Aldana does have some good defensive takedowns, but I really think that right now Dumont's gonna have a chance to. This is her like fight to take a step up to see if she could even try to contend in the division, right? And if it gets to the ground, though, obviously Dumont is head and shoulders above Irene Aldana when it comes to the ground game. So. I think standing up, she's going to have to try to bulldog her way in and keep it close and not just stay striking on the outside because Irene Aldana will probably pick her apart and could possibly knock her out. But Dumont shown to have been, decently durable as well. So I'll go with Dumont here. But like I said, I haven't put any money on it. This one's tough.
Yeah.
But I definitely lean Dumont on this side, so I'll pick her. And she got, like you said, that fitness.
Yeah, she got a better shape for sure. Who you got, hype killer?
I do like Dumont's wrestling, but I just looking at her record in the competition, the level of competition. Man, I'm surprised that Irene's not a bigger favorite. And Irene's got she's got hands, and yeah, she's 37, almost 36, something like that. Just looking down at some of these notes I have, I don't know. She looked pretty. She looked all right in her last fight, and she fought a really good girl in Rosa. And I think she's going to be a contender soon. I don't know. It's hard for me to bet against Irene on Mexican Independence Night. Dumont, as much as I love seeing her win for the celebration, I'm going to have to go with Irene on this. But I think Dumont can, towards the later, like maybe the end of the second, third, she could steal a split decision by grappling, but she's going to have to tire Irene out, or else she's just going to get, like Nesso was saying, pieced up on the feet. I think that's like something we could just see a cruise to the decision, just her kind of picking her apart with a jab, keeping a good distance and preventing her from getting taken down. Because that's that. I mean, I don't want to say that's Dumont's way to victory, but taking her down and controlling her against the cage or on the ground is. I mean, I don't see her.
Might be her only. I think it's.
I don't see her outstriking her.
So yeah.
So it's if she can't take her down, it's like the famous old question: what does she do?
Nah, yeah, I think I'm going with Irene. If I picked one, finally, I think I'm going with Irene. Only because I think I'm leaning just only towards like Hype Killer was saying. I'm gonna lean towards the Mexican Independence Night.
Yeah, and Dumont's not even that much younger than Irene. She's about to be 34. So.
And look at her competition. She came in and fought at Wolf. I think she fought Wolf. Wolf was 1-0 off a contender.
Chelsea Chandler.
Yeah. Hey, and I love Chelsea Chandler.
That was the runaway
spot. Yeah.
Yep. The runaway fight. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Donna's not gonna be doing no running away. That's the thing. She be chunky.
Not on Mexican Independence, bro. You can't be doing that. Nah, you gotta sacrifice yourself.
Cabrona.
She gotta be on one too. So.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I'm definitely not putting money on it yet. I got to think about it. But I like Aldana too, but we'll see.
Who's next?
All right, man. Next up, man, we got Ronaldo Rodriguez against Ode Osborne.
This is the main card.
Yeah, man. Ode is it's a 5-5, 5 fights each, I think.
This is the fight that everybody's been hating on. Like, why is Ode on the main card?
Yeah, it's almost like I would even not that I want that, but if Irene Aldana and Norma Dumont was the opening of the fight, it would have been even better, probably. At least Irene's Mexican.
They should have just put Chi Wee's on the fucking main card, because this is actually this is an actual pay-per-view.
Yep.
This is they
could have put Chi Wee's on it.
Where they put a shitty whatever fighter on the pay-per-views and fill it out. But I think I'm Ode Osborne, he's been in there, but I don't know. He always be messing up in these fights, and I feel like lazy boy. It's time for this is where the Mexicans go on a little streak right here on the main card.
The Mexicans.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's lazy boy.
Ode's burned me in the past. I think he's a good fighter. He's just,
he burned. What did he give you?
The parlay pieces. Thinking he's a sure win. Anyway, the old tricks. Anyway, I think like Ness was saying, none of that. But I think that the Mexicans do go on a run, and it starts off opening night. I don't know. I can see Ode getting knocked out in the first round too. He's been tapped twice, but this kid. It's funny if you watch Embedded One, they show him just warming up in the back. This kid's got hands, and
he's and then he got that look, he just looked like a savage killer.
He looks mad the whole time. He just looks mad. So
he just looked like a cartel killer.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Cartel killer. Yeah, man. Ode Osborne, man. The record's not sexy. 12-7.
Well, my God, man.
He's already 32 years old. And he just lost to two good people. Where I believe he was the underdog. On each of the fights, and he continues to be the underdog here. Yeah, man, I think this is the spot for after the two losses. I think this is a good slight step down in competition for him. I think he got a shot as an underdog here. I would bet him at plus 125, I think, but now he's plus 105 or something, so still slight dog. But I'm taking a shot on Ode to redeem himself and his career here.
You want that oxtail, peas, and rice?
Hey, that'd be good. It might be on the list for the weekend.
It's-
But yeah, man.
Give me
That-
the
that-
oxtail, please.
That Nam loss is what makes me think that we could see him just get knocked out in the first round again, because he's coming in. He already knows this is Mexican independence. He's like, dang, here I am against a big Mexican dude, and he's got power, and he knows he's on 2-fight losing streak. He's like, he doesn't want to lose, and sometimes I think that could mess with him.
He has the potential. He comes out of a good camp too, right? He trains out of Extreme Couture, so it's no slouch for sure.
Yeah, he's just been getting finished every time. You know,
Just the way he sits. Nice setup.
Just a bomba clot, man. But yeah, so I guess
and like the only win, it looks ugly. Look at the only win is a split decision with Charles Johnson a few fights ago. As far as like the last 4 fights, that's crazy, right? So,
it's a
but yeah,
bomba
this is kind
clot,
of his
man.
last shot, man. I think squeeze this out. But this guy, he has potential though. I think the Mexican dude is not going to go out, easily. So he's going to be a tough feat. Next up, man, we got here. Okay, we got a banger. Potential fight of the night here. Daniel Zellhuber against Esteban Ribovic, El Gringo. But yeah, man, the golden boy here, Zellhuber 15-1. He's another one of those like Bahamondes new prospect. But he's only 25 years old.
They fought, right?
3-fight win streak, never been finished. Fought, huh?
Didn't him and Bahamondes fight?
Oh,
too?
they fought, yeah. No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I think they're saving that one. Yeah, but this he only lost to Trey Ogden by decision on his debut, but then since then he's been pulling it out, and he also has a chin, and he has a well-rounded game. El Gringo here, 13-1. Hey, he's another big prospect here. Also never been finished. Just finished Terrence McKinney with the head kick. And before that, he beat Cormella Kirk and only lost to Razabov. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a crazy banger fight. You got the odds are pretty close as well here. Let me see. I think they're close. Oh, yeah. So, we got Zellhuber minus 220 and Ribovic plus 185. So, man, that's the difference maker for me, to be honest, man. I think I'm gonna go Ribovic here. I think the value's there at him as a dog at plus 185. I don't feel comfortable, and I've bet Zellhuber before as a favorite here. And although he pulls it out, there's times where he takes some shots, man, that I'm just like questioning. So, yeah, Ribovic for me at the plus money.
Well, I feel like Rivers, he got to win by like knockout. He's fast. He's hella fast, but I think Zellhuber might be able to just wear on him. And what's Zellhuber by submission?
Zellhuber by submission is
Zellhuber.
Zellhuber by what is it? Oh, that's plus 800. Oh, juicy.
His last fight, he won by submission in UFC Noche, right? I don't know. I feel like this might
that's
be
his only finish. The way he finished.
What's Ribovic by knockout?
Plus 550.
I mean, that'd be good too. But yeah, I gotta go with I don't know if he's German, but the Mexican Zellhuber.
Hell yeah. Man, the odds are pretty wild on that one too, though. That's the one thing that does it for me. But I think it's gonna be a banger fight, man. I think that one's gonna be good. Hype?
Yeah, I'm on the Golden Boy. I think he's gonna have it's gonna be a decision, like a boxing match. I think that's what he's gonna do. I think because he knows Canelo's down the street, he's gonna say, "Oh, here's some boxing for everybody."
No, I think he's gonna have to mix it up in this fight because Ribovic's kickboxing is hella nasty. He's hella fast, but I just think the length for Zellhuber, you're gonna have to put him against the cage. You know what I'm saying? Make it dirty, and then use his length also because he's hella tall, right?
It's 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1".
But it's 77-inch reach against 69, so he's got
Damn.
Yeah.
His arms are long. His build is just like Bahamondes as far as like skinny, lanky arms and legs. So
like a 9-inch reach.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I think Ribovic is gonna have to mix it up because I think the distance might be a problem as well. I mean, hence it reflects in the line, right? Like minus 220, 225. So and the younger kid, slightly younger too, but they're both prospects.
Yeah,
man, we're getting into the main 3 fights here, the juice of it, the main entree here, man.
Which is a solid lineup, the last 3.
Yeah, man. Well, this is the one we've been wanting to see since the last card or the last pay-per-view or whatever. Brian Ortega against Diego Lopez, bro. And I hate when they do this type of shit because the books get to see where people are betting, Like they'll make the line like last fight and then they see the money come in and then they just cancel all the bets. And then they already have the data from like, oh, this is what people are betting in this matchup, type of thing. But Lopez, he's about a minus 172 now. So minus 170, minus 180. And then Brian Ortega, plus 140, plus 150 in that range right there. Under over is 2.5 with the over being minus 125. So let's start the hype first, man. Hype. How do you feel about this?
I got his last fight on right now. I'm a big Brian Ortega fan. I think Brian Ortega is great. His jiu-jitsu is awesome. But Diego's come in and since his only loss, it's like he's just been on fire. And it's hard to deny saying that he's not the rightful, side of this, being on the favorite side. I had in the 300, I picked Diego to win. I believe I picked him to win by knockout, and I still feel the same way about this fight. I think Brian got a little more time to prepare for him because I think that was pretty short notice for both those guys. I still think that Lopez is gonna show. I mean, the Brazilian Mexican. I claim him. I claim this guy. I'm excited to see. This is the fight of the night for me. I can't wait to see this fight.
What you got, Davy Jones?
Yeah, man. This is a good fight. Also, another potential fight of the night. I am upset that they had to rebook it and all that because Diego Lopez had a fight already, and then now he's gonna fight again. And then, like you said, Ortega gets to rest, recover, have time to look through all that, and of course he's a vet, so the game planning, all that shit is gonna be there. But with that being said, man, also there's the side that is unknown for Ortega, the mental. That mental shit is I don't know nothing about it. Yeah. So I for me, I'm gonna go with what I know and what I feel comfortable in as far as skill set, a combination of age, combination of I was already on his side when they booked this last, so I can't just get off of it now, even though there are some more concerns.
You were hot when he pulled up.
Yeah. So I'm going Diego Lopez here, man. I think the price at minus 170, minus 180, pretty much anything under minus 200, I think is sexy time. So yeah, I'm going Diego Lopez.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about this fight. I don't even know why they rebooked it. Ortega said he wanted to go to 155 and stuff like that. Let's see how he looks at the weigh-ins. But I think Diego Lopez is going to win. But I'm actually going to pick the underdog Ortega just because, I was thinking how you said, how Diego Lopez took that last fight with Dan Ige, and that was a tough fight. That was a tough 3-round fight, and then jumping in so soon again with this one after you said Ortega been resting. So I'm interested to see how the weigh-in goes, but yeah, I don't think if Lopez doesn't get him out early, I think Ortega might might steal this one for sure.
Yeah, Ortega, he never goes out. He'll fight until he dies.
Especially the way he did in the Yair fight, I was really impressed by that. You know what I'm saying? I know Lopez is good at jiu-jitsu, but he's explosive jiu-jitsu right away. You know what I mean? You see him I said with Ige a little bit, and with Ige that's a short dude and stuff like that. And it was a tough fight. You know what I mean? It was what, hours notice or something like that the day of. But
yeah,
it was 3 hours notice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just be pulling for the OG on this, but like I said, I think Lopez should get it done, but I'm pulling for the little chasing the dog. The Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus.
Next up, man, we got this co-main event, the championship bout, the trilogy for Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko, man. And I'm just gonna start on this shit. Grasso 16-3. She's the champ. 5-fight win streak, man. Never been knocked out. Most recently, obviously, the split decision draw. It was a draw. And crazy because I had Valentina and I was confident and I felt that, maybe biased there, but I felt that she won. I just and we were there, right? So it's I thought she won, but yeah. And Grasso was just juiced for it to be a draw because she's still champion. She didn't lose. And then before that, the first fight when they fought, I also thought Valentina was winning until she made a mistake and then she got her back jumped and taken down, and from there got choked out. So, of course, in my head, I thought going into it, I would be like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with Valentina again. I thought she won last fight, and then probably was winning the first fight, but that was it wasn't that long ago. Just it was a year and a half ago, so about almost 2 years from their first fight. So age does start catching up. I think Valentina is a legend and one of the greatest fighters in the UFC history, most dominant. But she is getting to 36, going to 37, and the last couple fights I did see that there was, a little. She's not as sharp as she was at one point in her peak. But the difference also is, I think, fighting Alexa Grasso's gotten a lot better, over the years. So Valentina also that's like almost top level competition, because if you look at her more recent competition, it's like, besides Tyler Santos, who she only won by split decision, you got Lauren Murphy, who I'm not big on, Jessica Andrade, who, I don't think is that level anymore, especially. And then you got Jennifer Maia, like Liz Carmouche was like back in 2019. And then even before that, Jessica I think her only real good opponents was Amanda Nunes, like Holly Holmes, and during that era with Juliana Pena and Joanna Jacek, like those were her like peak performance with those type of opponents. And now she's just like started going down in levels of opponents, right? Maybe she ran out of opponents, but I think Grasso's her biggest challenge, and Grasso's definitely on the up, and it's Mexican independence, like y'all said, even though Shevchenko be speaking Spanish.
Because she's like Peruvian or Colombian.
Is she? She's like Colombian, but Kyrgyzstani, and also
because that's why
Asian.
That's why you see her. You see her cousin. I mean, her sister is like all looks
dark hair,
looks like super Latina. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little different. But yeah, man, I just think it's Grasso's time, man. She's starting to get her peak in. She's well-rounded, and so is Valentina. But I feel like now Grasso has to realize the same things we said, right? The last two fights, Grasso could have been possibly losing before she actually ended up, turning it around. So this time, I think she comes in more well-rounded, more peak performance. So I'm going Grasso here. I already took her at minus 115. The line is like minus 140 now, but I still would take it. So that was a long one, but I'm big on this fight. I'm excited.
Yeah, I gotta go with Grasso for sure. Gotta go with the Valentina. She's a beast. She's a legend. She's a GOAT. But I don't know, like the third fight, like how much they said like she took forever to sign this fight. Like how much motivated is she to fight Grasso again? Like we'll see. And plus, like she's getting older, so yeah, I'm gonna just go with the Mexicana.
Yep.
That's
the side I'm on. My question is, do you guys think that if Valentina pulls it off, do you think they do a fourth fight?
Nah.
You don't think so?
I gotta take a break or something, because that's 3 in a row is like.
Well, how do you do?
I think so.
Grasso, yeah.
Because Grasso's gonna want her belt back.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "That's bullshit." I gave her the rematch. Like, it's here. We're done after this. But good luck getting Valentina to sign it if they do, though. Yeah.
What's Grasso by decision?
Minus 120.
Hey man, I think Grasso by decision is plus 175.
And submission again?
Submission's plus 400.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. Wait, how about the knockout? I mean, I know it's unlikely because the only person to knock out her is what? Not even Amanda Nunes could do it. So it's like, how can you knock her out? But Grasso by knockout is plus 800. Unlikely, but it's a real juicy, man.
What's Valentina by knockout?
Plus 1,200. Which is possible. That's juicy as well. Very juicy. But yeah, man, I think we're all on the board with the Mexican side for this fight here. Which kind of worries me when all of us agree all the time. It's not always great, but Yeah, man, it's just hard to see Grasso lose in this fashion, and I feel like there's going to be not home cooking, but like the crowd is going to be cheering hard, and most likely for Grasso, she has a lot of fans, and then now she's Mexican on top of that, so it's like I could see the crowd screaming every single time, even if a punch gets blocked, it's going to be like, oh, that type of thing.
Yep.
No matter what, that sways the judges,
Yeah.
And maybe she starts grappling too. Who's going to win the grappling battle? I mean, Valentina could grapple too.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like the last two fights. We're going to get a mix of the last two fights, unless one of them comes out just super aggressive and dominant, maybe. And like, we're like, whoa, and they're just winning them. It's like one-sided. Because I think both fights have been pretty back and forth until like the choke out in the one fight, and then was Grasso winning the first fight, or was
I don't know. Losing? I was saying, in my opinion, that
it's been so long.
Shevchenko's winning the whole time. That was the thing I remembered, because I was on Shevchenko, because I was like, Shevchenko's the shit, and she was winning the whole time. I felt comfortable, and then that slip up, and then she allowed Grasso to take her back, and that's how she got choked out. But to me, she was winning at least. I think it was in the fourth round. So I think she was at least winning 2, not if 3 rounds before that. So, but yeah, like you said, no matter what, though, I felt like at any point, either side was live, like still live. Even if one was losing, like the other one still could come back. It wasn't like the pure domination from one side per se, in that sense. Because Grasso's durable too. And she, just like Shevchenko's durable. So neither one of them, unless you finish them, it's like, they still have a chance, because they could both throw hands. They could both wrestle. They could do it all. They could have that KO punch for being flyweight women, So,
yeah,
hey, that's what it is. But, yeah, next up, man, we got the main event, the Mexican main event. This is Mexican combat at its finest. We got the Sugar Show, baby. Sean O'Malley against Merab Dvalishvili, the Georgian, from Atlanta. But yeah, man, we got this is a close odds fight. Originally, I believe it was like you got O'Malley as the slight underdog.
Yeah, he was underdog in the beginning, and now Merab is right.
Yeah, Merab's plus 115 right now, and O'Malley's minus 135. Which, I mean, that could be a variety of reasons too, because Sean O'Malley's more of a crowd pleaser, crowd favorite. Whereas Merab is getting also popular for how he is, but his style of fighting, for a lot of people with the grappling stuff, isn't as entertaining.
What's Merab by decision?
Merab by decision is plus 175.
Do you believe the shit that Henry Cejudo said?
Oh, like how O'Malley is looking bad on the bottom position or whatever and can't get up or whatever he's talking about.
Well, he said that but he also said that he's coming in with like a back injury.
Oh, I mean, if that's the case,
because he got hot because O'Malley dissed him. O'Malley, because Cejudo and Usman got a show, right?
Yeah. And so I saw him when he came in and dissed him.
He went on the show and he was like, "She's Kamaru Usman, you're one of the best. I love you. Shout out to you." And then he dissed Cejudo, was like, "Hey, let Aljo take you down," and he's like, "I'm out." And then he really left because they were like, "Did we just lose him or some shit?" And so he really just went on there for like 30 seconds and then
just to talk shit,
just to say that. And then Cejudo went like on a little temper tantrum and like went off. And then he said like, "Oh, I hear he's coming into this fight with a back injury." And then like Usman was just like looking like, and he was like, "Am I a snitch, Usman? Am I a snitch?" And like because for saying that shit. So I don't know if it's like, some little dicey, interesting stuff. Because they all train out. Them two both train out of Arizona too. So you know what I mean. So
they're there.
They're using probably same guys and stuff like that. So I don't know. Interesting little tidbit right there. Because like the thing is about that, nobody has ever dominated O'Malley like that on the ground. It was because his leg gave out, but nobody's ever been able to take him down and do it. Like we thought Aljo was gonna do it, but he got slept before he can even try to go for a takedown.
Yeah.
Well, actually, nah. He just fought a stupid ass fight. That fight, he gave O'Malley like the key to beating him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he had that. It was a sweet spot shot. Like one of those like.
Yeah.
He just touched the right spot too at the right time.
See, and then like the thing about and then about Merab, he's just so relentless, and he can go all 5 rounds of just nonstop. You know what I mean? Like you can maybe try to sleep him, like Cejudo rocked him bad in that first round, the first fight, but then Cejudo just like gave out. he couldn't go no more. I think it's about O'Malley. You can hate him or love him, but that little, you know, what do they call him, the Adam 22, the MMA game. He could fight. That fool, like his ass can, like, you know, he could scrap, and he's in there. Like, his perfect example of that is the fight against Peter Yan, where I thought he lost, but he was in there like it was a dog fight.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
What's up,
I
Malley
had-
by TKO?
O'Malley by
I didn't know-
TKO.
The back
Is,
injury,
plus
if
140.
that's real, that's a big deal. If that's real, that's obviously a big deal. I'm going to pretend like I don't know about this back injury. And just seeing, like, the way Merab starts, like, even this fight here, I mean, like, he's on the feet. And I feel like Sean O'Malley, we don't see him against enough grappling to really have the best idea of how, like, good his, like, you know, get off me is, like, just standing off. And I don't know. Merab does eat a lot of shots early. We've seen him get rocked multiple times. I can't get that video of him diving into the water and him busting his head on the ice and, like, out of my head. Like, when he, like, it looked like he kind of rocked himself. Like, for some reason, I can't. The closer we get, I think of that probably like 3 or 4 times a day. Yeah, and and after the Aldo knockout, man, it's like, or not the Aldo. I'm sorry. Aljo. I'm sorry. I think Sean O'Malley knocks him out in the first round. If he's got a back injury, he's gonna have to do what he can to get it out of there quick, obviously, and try and finish. But I think O'Malley's gonna, if he touches Merab a couple times, I think Merab's in trouble. Merab's wrestling is obviously something we're all aware of, as well as his cardio. That's something that Sean O'Malley, we've seen, slows down come some of those later rounds, third, fourth, you know, so much the third, but the fourth and fifth for sure. Cheeto really looked good in that 5th round, well, parts of it. And I just think that Merab is different than the rest of these guys that he's fought. And the closest person is probably Jan. So I don't know. I don't want to see Merab win. I don't want to see Merab as a champ. Sorry. But I think Sean O'Malley is, if without that back injury, can win by first round finish.
Damn.
I can even see something crazy like if there's no back injury, I could see like Sean O'Malley taking his back and like rear naked choke, like submitting him for something crazy, just like to do it, try it out.
I don't know, but I could also see what's his name just dragging him down and just the little pillow soft punch.
I mean, that's like that's the only way Merab could win, right?
Yeah, but that's like the
How else do you
most
see
common
Merab
way for
winning?
But that's how these guys win, though. Like those guys who fight like that, they that relentless and that tenacity, like, you know, it gets in the upper hand. And like we just, like you guys been saying, nobody's ever, like, there's never been a wrestler to test O'Malley like that right now.
True, that's true. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. I as far as the back injury, obviously, if that's a thing, that would be a big news and difference.
Yeah,
I mean, this is all just like
it's
all just Cejudo being like, you know, a butt hurt too. So like, you don't know, you just, you know, you could put your water into that too. But
yeah, exactly. That's why for me, you know, in any sport, you always have news like of all sorts and rumors, who's injured, who's trying to break news. So for me, I just go off of, you know, the market. Like if the line, the books know a lot of resources, you know, more than most people that bet. So I was like, hey, if the line isn't moving in that direction, I'm going to wait. And if I start seeing that there's money coming in on Merab in a way, or the line changes where now it's more of a pick'ems, or even if he ends up being like minus 120 favorite, then I would be suspicious on a lot of that being true, like a lot of the back injury, or it could be the public just like throwing money on it because they're like, oh, Henry Cejudo said this, you know. So I don't know. But as far as the breakdown, I feel like for me, O'Malley, when you're the champ, you always get that boost, right? He's looked good, especially since being the champ. His striking is even though most people that watch MMA know that he's good at striking, he's a sharpshooter. I feel like because he's goofy and because he's silly and kind of a fuck boy in a sense, you know, kind of those Nelk boys type of shit, that people
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I fuck with it. You know, I fuck with all that shit too. But it's like people hate on it, you know, and it's easy to for certain people to hate on him all the time, you know, especially MMA traditionalists, you know, that aren't part of the younger generation a lot of times, because, you know, he's all what the kids do. Right? His hair is dyed. he fucking lets his wife fuck other people, I guess, or he fucks other people, like all this other shit, right? And he smokes weed, he does all this other shit, and he's a younger kid, so he's a streamer. So, I get it. And I know he's also the hype for the younger crowd that's newer fans of UFC.
Yeah.
That's who they idolize. So I am a fan, obviously, of O'Malley. I'm part of the Sugar Show here. He looked goofy when he got into the Contender Series, and now he kind of had a championship makeover, and he's super cool now or whatever. But hey, in the ring, he's still good. His durability is also underrated at one point in his career. People didn't realize how durable he was.
And the thing is, he's a student of the game too.
Yeah. He has grappling enough. Not to, obviously, no one could compete with grappling of Merab like that, right? That's crazy to say. But if he could at least get up once, maybe he gets taken down a few times. But if he doesn't accrue damage, and he's very durable already, and I feel like quick enough to scramble and try to get up. And I feel like his jiu-jitsu is enough to not get submitted in a sense, I feel like he could survive a lot of this, even if he gets taken down, and then try to move on to the next round. Obviously, if he loses too many rounds, Merab's going to win by points, and I think that's the only way Merab wins. I don't even see how Merab could finish him. Anything's possible in MMA, but
he don't got to finish him though. We just saw the Bilal Leon fight. You know what I'm saying? This is another thing. These stories been happening.
Like that.
If you watch the countdown, Merab saying he been wanting this fight since 2018. So it's there's a lot of weird stuff in there, especially and then he's the one who's gonna be repping the Mexicans this night too. Ever since he took Cejudo's Mexican card, which is Hype Killer's Mexican card.
Yeah,
I still got mine.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting now that it's the week of. First I was just thinking O'Malley was gonna smoke him, but now that we get in here the week of the fight, and especially the way it's been going on the last couple of years, the little bullshit magic kind of shit, I don't know. And Merab has the style just to beat him up for 5 rounds or something that.
And I love Merab. Me, I saw him at the Virgin Arena against Peter Yan, the Virgin Hotel, and Merab, everyone was like, oh no, Merab, who's going to beat Peter Yan? And Merab was washing dude, and Merab was the underdog in that fight. So he could do the exact same thing because Peter Yan arguably beat O'Malley, right?
Yep.
Even though
I thought he won that fight.
And the style is not exactly the same, but as far as being a striker, and not trying to get the fight to the ground, that they're similar in that aspect. So yeah, you're right. We have seen something like that before from Merab, and he's shown us that's what he does. So I don't hate on nobody especially as an underdog. Now that he's an underdog, I think there's value on Merab, but I just can't flip flop now. I'm in too deep because I already riding on the O'Malley here at this price. I think Pick'em's. He got this aura, bro. That's what the kids are saying these days. So
he does. But the thing is, I feel like he's also young enough where he can come back and just bounce back and get it again. It won't be over if he loses this one.
Hey, some argue Merab got the aura now. He got his hairline fixed. He got all that shit. He got the Turkish shit done, and
he's super. He's always viral on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Viral with women, with all this stuff, jokes, all this shit. So, yeah. So, but I'm going O'Malley here. I just feel like me being in attendance. Also, this is not even betting stuff. It's just me being there and being on the O'Malley side already. And then if I flip flopped last minute, and then O'Malley wins, I'll just be like, bro, I would just be sick. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay, if O'Malley loses, it's fine. But it's I got to stick to my guns here on that one. But I could totally see how he loses, and I'm just mad for 5 rounds, the most of the people in the crowd. And just this is frustrating.
It's funny. I'm watching the little side video over here of the last fight of Merab's. I was at this fight, and the biggest difference I was thinking watching him take down Cejudo is I forget Cejudo's only 5'5", 5'4", so he's got little legs, and O'Malley's he's got longer legs, and I don't think he'll be able to just whip him down like that. I mean, who knows? We'll see. But the back injury thing that you just talked about has now got me a little worried. But I don't know. I think O'Malley carries so much power in his punches that I think it's going to be a problem. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited.
I think Merab got a chin, though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he does. I actually think that his chin is overrated, in my opinion. And people assume that because he doesn't get knocked out often, but his last few fights, man, he's been, like you said, bro, that ice thing. The last few fights, he's been shaken up a few times, man. But he hasn't been knocked out yet. So that's the one thing. That's the difference.
Cejudo rocked him in the first round of this fight.
That's what
Dropped
I said.
him. Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. Like if Cejudo could rock you, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
Cejudo got power.
Sean O'Malley
Remember, Cejudo put out Dominic Cruz, and nobody does that. So you know what I mean.
Except for who recently got him? Who kicked him out cold? Who was it? Who kicked Dominic Cruz out?
Cheeto, but that's another person who sleeps too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, not anymore. Cheeto don't do shit no more.
Well, he's just,
real talk.
You don't let it go.
Yeah,
man.
he's done.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I've been picking O'Malley, so I'm gonna stick with it too. But I don't know. I like the value in Merab. I can see it like an upset.
Yeah. What's Merab?
As a dog now, like the value's flipped now.
What's Merab by submission?
Merab by submission. I gotta go back to it. What the fuck is this? Merab by sub is plus 2,200. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, bro.
I might just sprinkle something on that.
I agree with your thought process here because the KO prop is plus 900, and I would say that it's more, in my opinion, it's more likely, I believe, that Merab could submit O'Malley versus knocking him out.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the ground and pound. Even with the ground and pound. I just think if he were to start grounding and pounding him, he would start trying to take his back and start trying to get a rear naked or something. And at plus 2,200, I totally see where there's definitely value there. As opposed to like a KO or like by points it's plus 175, so you can argue that, but yeah, I don't see him KOing him at all. Yeah, so I'm with you on there, man. This is that's a good look. But yeah, we're going to best bets here or whatever y'all want to tell the people. This is what we're doing here. Who wants to go first here? You
go ahead.
Hype.
All right. I'll do a quick little parlay. I'm going to take Rosa. I'm going to take Yasmin.
Uh-huh.
Irene.
Yeah, Yasmin.
Ronald.
Hmm.
And Daniel.
Zellhuber.
Yep, the golden boy.
All right, that's going to be a big one.
And then I'm also going to do a couple props here. I'm going to do Rosa, first round submission.
Okay. First round sub. What is that at? What did you get it at?
I haven't got to bet it yet. I can tell you. Hold on.
Raul first round sub here is plus 175.
I'll take it.
Okay. What else you got?
I'm also going to take Diego Lopez by first round knockout.
Lopez first round knockout. That one's I think that one's going to be definitely more juicy for sure.
Yeah. And then
that one's going to be plus 750.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you want to do it's only 10 fights, I guess. So 3 plays is cool, unless you want to give a fourth if you want.
I want to give one more and then a hedge here. Sean O'Malley first round KO.
That's it. You're cut off 4.
And I would sprinkle a little bit on the Merab sub prop just because I don't see O'Malley lasting 5 rounds getting just wrestled like that. I could see him especially because if he's injured, I can see him withering in the later rounds or early and getting subbed. We'll see how aggressive he is.
+5. I mean, the value there as far as I don't know what's going to happen because I do have a hard time seeing Marab finish him. But as far as +2200 on the only way Marab wins outside of a decision, I think is sub over KO. So you're going to get way better odds there. So, what you got, Nesto?
Yeah, I'm going to do a greasy parlay off the rip with Yasmin and Chiwiwis. Yasmin, Chiwiwis, and fuck it, Zell Huber.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
And then I'm going to do just a straight up bet with Ortega. Brian Ortega. And then I'm going to do
Ortega plus
I'm
money.
I'm gonna do Grasso straight up.
135. Yep.
And then I'm gonna just do like a random parlay with Irene Aldana, Joshua Van, Grasso, and Uruguay in there too.
Yeah, it's me. All right. All right, man. I'm going off top to the beginning. I'm going Sugar Show here. He's -135 right now. Obviously, Grasso. I'll take her. She's also 135 right now, unfortunately. But I got her some good odds. I think the Pick'ems, it's a steal right there. I also like, going back here, Manuel Torres, -120. And last but not least, is there any other? There's not a real. Oh yeah, Ode Osborne, man. He's at +105 right now, 106. Osborne, shop around +110. I got him at +125, so shop around, man. But I'll put 110 here. But those are my four there, man. Hopefully we go nice and we enjoy some live wins, live cash. But yeah, man.
Have fun, you guys. That's it's gonna be a cool ass event to be at. That's something you guys will always remember. Hopefully for good reasons.
I'm gonna be chilling. It's gonna be tight, man. They're gonna be the Sphere. It's gonna be crazy. Haven't been there yet, so to be able to watch us fight in there is gonna be insane.
The only fight that's ever gonna be in there.
Yep. Because also we see why no other events will be in it because of the money thing, and that's already like
less boxing does it.
Nah, they don't have the money to do it. Like, what fight could you do in there that's gonna generate any money?
Oh, I mean, I'm the wrong person to ask because I'll be like,
oh, but I'm saying like that's the thing. That's the reason why it have to be like multiple like fights. You know what I mean?
Multiple big ones.
But Dana White, I mean, the UFC showing like they're struggling with this card. Like, how do you sell tickets start at 3,500, 1,500, 500, and like over the weekend they were like 600. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going up now, but like to 800 and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a bad issue. That's why they had to put the Riyadh season in it so they can pay for it too. You know what I mean? So yeah,
it's like what 20 mil at least or whatever he put into it.
He was 29.
Make way more.
And then also you're going against like the real Mexican Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Who like the T-Mobile, like Dana White's kind of pissed because the only reason they're doing it at the Sphere because Dana White got kicked out of the T-Mobile for this.
Yeah, on this date, right?
And then like they said that he got out of the contract one and done. That's why also too because it's like a contract. That's why he's talking about. Oh yeah, hopefully next year I get my date back and whatever stuff like that. So he's like butthurt about it too. So
yeah, it was due to the MGM contract he has, right? He has a MGM contract, and they're like. He felt like they did him dirty, and they probably like he was throwing a fit, and they're like, "Hey, we'll let you do one event outside of our MGM facilities, like venues."
No, that's what they did.
Yeah, and he said, "Fuck it, if I'm gonna do one, I'm doing the fucking Sphere." So I haven't been to the Sphere either. I haven't even had a tour or nothing. So I've been saving my cherry to be popped here, and and so I'm juiced. I didn't even go in person to UFC 300 when I could have. But I decided to watch at home, so I was like, no, I'm saving my cherry for the Sphere this year. So
nah, you went to 300.
Oh, was it 300?
Yeah, that was lit.
You didn't go to the Poeton one, but you went to 300. Yeah.
Oh, it was 303 I didn't go to. You're right. 303, yeah. 300 was we went.
300 was like that's when you gotta go.
It would have been cool
Yeah,
if they
but-
did it throwback like at the MGM Grand. Like
That
they
would've
still
been
have that,
hard.
right?
Yeah,
Like
that
just a
would've been hard.
throwback. They should have just done that. But hey, you guys get
They
the
should.
sphere,
They could do
so-
a fight night in there, but they can't do a whole pay per view because I
Nah,
think
they
it's not
used to
big
do
enough.
the
They
pay
used
per
to.
views. Yeah.
That's where we were going when we first started going. Well, when I first started.
Yeah,
going,
well, that's
it
what I'm
was
saying. Like,
MGM.
it's too small. They outgrew it already, so it's
Mhm.
like hard for them to go back.
Well, they
That's
just
why,
want
like,
more money.
they did that fucking fight night at the Virgin Hotel, and they're never gonna do that shit again. I think.
Mhm. Well, they
'Cause
used to do it at the
would sell
Palms.
out.
They used to do it at the
Yeah.
Palms and super small arenas.
No, they used to do small ones all the time. The Palms, the Chelsea at the Cosmo. Yeah, they used to do
Yeah,
them
because
all.
they
And
didn't
now
have
they got
enough
their own.
sales.
Now
But
they got their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
and they got
But the
crazy
thing they don't-
sales and more fans.
But they used to do fight nights. Now they're getting away with it by, you could do a fight night just in your own
Anywhere.
backyard instead. You know what I
Anywhere.
mean? But now it's not going to be that no more. So they're going to they might be doing like, small venues again.
Well, they still, like, for example, when they do like the Denver, all the fight nights that are on ESPN and shit, it's always at a full arena, like a
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
a
No, but I'm
the
saying
main
for like
staple one.
Vegas, like if they want to just not
Instead of
since they can't-
Apex,
yeah, they could just go do like one of the small
sell
shows.
more
yeah.
tickets.
Well, if they do a fight night out here, they're going to Golden Ones where the Kings play.
But they
and-
sell though, because like even
Yeah.
the fight. Look at the fight night last year. Perfect example.
Mhm.
UFC Noche. It was the tickets were cheap and that
Hey.
shit was sold out. So
California is tough getting on UFC events. They do some, but like they don't do them much. And
Tax
it's
them.
hard. Yeah, they said it's hard to get the fighters to want to fight there that don't make a lot of money because it's already taxed so heavily.
Well, yeah, it's tax, and then they got hella like different their own rules and shit. Like even for
Yeah,
the
so-
sporting, they pre-check your weight and shit like that. And if you're like too heavy, they're gonna cancel the fight.
they're trying to make it better. They just signed. Max was talking about it. Remember, they have the retirement fund now, but I think you have to fight 4 times in California or something like that to get access to the money. But they're trying to do stuff like that.
Cool.
But if
That's cool. That
California
motivates
tax
more
so
people
much,
to fight.
yeah, you get a little retirement. But the first only state right now with MMA retirement. So
That's dope. Well, there you go, man. That's dope. MMA retirement, fight in California, fellas. But until then, man, we appreciate all y'all. We appreciate the Hype Killer coming on here for the Mexican Independence Day, UFC Panoche. But until then,
Hey.
smoke out, bruh. Cash out. And check us out there at the Sphere. Peace.
yep.